Hi, and welcome. This is our camper day that we picked up our camper. Sorry, I'm just going to go back a little bit there. So we are renovating our camper, and when we picked it up, it was May 30, and we got a great deal on it. And we drove all the way to Maple Ridge and back in one day, which was super fun because we haven't done that ever before. Even though I grew up down at the Lower Mainland, Tom and I had never done that together. And so we got it all back into our driveway safe and sound, as you can see. And I just want to go through some of the pre-pictures. Here's some dining and entrance pictures. You can see we have like the old style valances, all that wood. Um, it was in really great shape. And being from the Lower Mainland, I was surprised how little water damage there was. And considering it's a Slumber Queen, a 1992 Slumber Queen, and you can see our bathroom here is just a commode, flushing with running water. Great, perfect for us. We didn't need anything else. And besides, we picked up a portable power pump for a shower head. And so we can just have a bucket of water and have a shower that way. And as you can see, they've put like some shelves in the cabinet, and the stove worked great. We did remove as you'll see in the next slides, we did remove the pretty nasty foamy that was in there as a bed. And yeah, and took down all the valances and stuff. In our fridge, uh, great size, great little compact fridge, Dometic. However, it didn't work no matter how hard we tried, so we had to replace that. But we're really glad we did. And as we move on, you'll see the bedroom area, I believe. And um, yeah. So here we are, and you can see the mattress is pretty nasty. I got rid of all the curtains, the valances, the tie backs, everything came out that way. I did start removing all of the doors and hardware, and I spray painted all of those, all the hardware a different color, a darker color. So that worked out really well as well. Here's my inspiration. It's a Pinterest picture, and I love the colors. I wanted something similar. I wanted the dark handles. I wanted some kind of a tile look in the backsplash, and I did want a feature wall, something that we liked and thought would be really great. And these are the colors I picked. As you can see, I've circled a couple, and I've got a light gray and a little bit darker gray. I could have gone a little bit darker gray than that even yet, but I kind of like the way it turned out with it being really light still. And that color that we chose, the darker tealy blue, is our feature color. And here's our tiles, the peel and stick tiles that we purchased. And I did get some funky skull type upholstery fabric to do a couple areas, as you'll see later. And I got covers just to cover the cushions that we already had in the camper. I did have to spray them down quite a bit. Not the covers, but the cushions prior. Some hardware we picked up, all the stuff that I'm showing and I'm talking about. And I know this is going fast, but I do have a storefront for Amazon. So you'll see, I'll show you a link in the description so that you can check out all the different things we got, like Turkish towels and things like this. So I did the renovation over June and July, which was really fast. And I removed hardware. I washed, sanded, and painted with mold and mildew primer to start. And then I used like 3 coats of paint on everything and spray painted all the hardware, which was loads of fun to see the transformation in all the areas, but those handles really turned out well. And in the progress of doing the tile in the bathroom, you can see it turned out really well. And I was super excited to see the transformation. And you can see some of the paint job there too. And I was really happy with all of the choices that we had made. Actually, I had made. Tom didn't really make any choices. I just went with it, and the peel and stick tile on the backsplash is really great because it's like a really nice flat surface. I primed and painted the back, and it's really holding up well. I might have to redo the kitchen area, um, and do a better job with the pre-surface before I put the peel and stick tile on. And here's some pictures of like the finished paint job. There's some areas that obviously don't have my cabinet doors on quite yet, but I got a feature wall and the backsplash in the kitchen area. And that looks really great right now. Not so great now because, yeah, it's coming off, but I believe in the tile. It's just I did a boo-boo on the pre-work. And then the bedroom area, I did, it was raw wood where the bed was, so I wanted to make sure I got some mold and mildew paint down there, and then painted the surface the gray as well. And we loved it. Like, we got all new vent tops for all the vents, and that was a good deal as well. And as you can see, this is our finished staged view. We got curtains and bedding. It's very light and airy. I love the gray, different gray tones and the feature wall and some fuzzy little footstep areas and a nice throw, which really is handy when you're sitting at the dining area in the mornings when it's a little bit cooler. And the little curtains, they're more for show than anything, not overly functional unless I wanted to close it off if we didn't want, if we were cooking or something and didn't want all that in the bed area. And I'm pretty short, only 6'3", so I needed that extra footstool, and super, super handy for getting into some of the cabinets that are too high for me to get into too. And as you can see, it looks really good. There will be a pre and post, or like a inspiration versus what I managed to achieve. And you can see I've got like the upholstery fabric here on the, like that area just holding the mattress in to the bed area. I just reupholstered right over top of the actual stuff that was there. I didn't rip anything out, in other words. I don't know what I did. I must have paused it at some point, so I apologize for that. Anyway, as we move on, you can see some of the Turkish curtains and the other upholstery that I did on the valance. We only kept one of the valances because it just worked out perfect. Gave us a little shelf above that by the door, and then I did the backrest on that particular end as well. And all the curtains, curtain rods are just wooden dowels stained. I did the same kind of thing for the paper towel holder. And, you know, I also spray painted all of the towel racks. I got all my containers and things like that from Dollar Store, which was the best idea, especially for the fridge. And here's my side-by-side comparison. You can see I actually achieved a pretty good look considering we were on a budget and it was just a lot of hard labor. And being 63, it was a challenge. And in the heat of the summer in the Okanagan Valley, yeah, it got pretty hot. So it was just mornings for me. And here's some learning lessons, some things I'd do differently. I'd take my time. Like if I had less, like if I had more time, that would have been great. I would have had a list of all the things that I wanted and purchased them all at once. Um, I would watch more YouTubes. I'd remember to have fun. Sometimes it was kind of stressful. And make sure you got the right hardware screws because that makes a huge difference. And measure, measure, measure. Because I ended up ordering our mattress for an RV. However, I got the wrong size and we ended up having to open up the cover and cut a section off of our mattress. Luckily, it was memory foam, so it cut pretty easily. However, that would be something I'd like to avoid. And it was a real bummer to buy a brand new mattress, which turned out to be one of the best purchases ever. A good sleep is always important. And we had good sleeps when we were out on our camping trips. So that was fantastic. I keep on pausing it for some reason. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I have like once again, I do have everything in my storefront. I'll provide a link in the description and some of the other details, and we'll go from there. So if you liked what you saw, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and share if you like. And pardon me if I'm not really used to talking on video, but I'll get better. I swear to God. Thank you so much.